Welcome back. This is Chad at Red Tone Studio. Today is the second video of our Tele build series. If you remember in our last video, we picked out the piece of wood we're using, we jointed it, we made it wider by putting these wings on it, and there you have it. So that's where it sits. Now you could do one of two things here. You could cut out the Telecaster guitar out of here, just the outline, or we can thickness it. So this piece of wood is pretty much 2 inches exact, and we need to get down to 1 3/4 or 1.75. So I'm going to take about 1/8 of an inch off the top and the bottom. I think that is where I'm going to go with this one. You could, like I said, cut out the body first and then thickness it, but I think it's just going to leave a better edge if I thickness it first and then route it out for the tele body. So I don't have a planer, so I don't have to worry too much about the width fitting in it. So I have a router planer type deal that I've made up. It's a little janky, but it'll work for this. We'll just put that in the router. We'll go back and forth a bunch of times, and we'll do the top, flip it over, do the bottom. Easy to stick it down to the MDF with some double-sided duct tape. Holds it really well so it doesn't get out of whack, and we'll get it down, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about how it went. So let's get on out in the shop. Since this is only video 2 in the series, make sure that you like and subscribe, leave a comment below so you don't miss out on any of the other videos in the series. So it's good to have you along. This is going to go pretty slow for those first timers, and hopefully I cover everything that you're going to need to know to make your own Telecaster guitar. All right, we're back in from the shop, and you saw that I got it planed down with my router sled down to just over 1 3/4. That gives me some room to sand it down, which you can already see here in the bright light that I've got some tear out along those lines. So that was on the front and the back. Now it's time to decide which side is the front and the back. And then we'll be able to mark out where our template goes. So starting with this side, you can see, maybe you'll see from the top, it's a lot cleaner. There are still a few nicks and holes, which I think add some character. My lines that I jointed turned out really good on this side, so I think this is going to be my front. On the back, I've got this kind of cool straight line, but since it's so off-center, I think it's going to really take away from the front if it's going to just look wonky if I try to put that on there. I've got some big holes also Here in the back, looks like they had a screw come through over here. My joint lines actually turned out not too bad, not as good as the front side, but this is going to be the back. I think it's going to be a cool thing to look at with, we'll fill these holes in maybe with epoxy or something, but it's going to give it a really cool rustic look. But on the front, it's going to be fairly clean. So now I can put on the template. And in the next video, I'll be marking this off, putting exactly where I want it, and then we'll cut it out and route the sides. And this is really when it starts looking like a Telecaster. It's pretty boring up in this point. I'm glad you sat through it and had been watching here till the end. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below what you think this wood is. It's still very green. Smells kind of off, I think. I'm kind of leaning towards big pine with maybe some sealant or some weatherproofing done to it, maybe treated lumber. Kind of the way it looks, maybe the way it smells. I probably shouldn't be breathing it in as I cut it, but it is what it is. But I think it's still going to turn out pretty good. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Make sure you follow along. See you in the next video. If you haven't seen the previous video, go back and watch that, and we'll catch you on the next one.